Today I get to show off the best budget field watch Casio does. Let's get into it. Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. And today I'm going to show you the best budget field watch.
Hey guys, this is Daniel with Chronos Sapien. Right now we're going to be taking a look at an amazing watch review by the Mad Watch Collector. This $30 Casio field watch might be the best budget watch ever. Hold on to your wallets, watch lovers. Today we're going to take a look at the ultimate budget field watch Casio has ever made. And trust me, it's unlike anything that you've seen before. Under $30, you won't believe how much character this watch has. Let's dive in.
And just look at this adventure style beauty. Straight away, it's like no watch I own. I tend to only buy Casios with a digital screen, but this one was so unique looking, I had to get it. I've never seen a Casio that is brown and darker brown before. You can get this watch in a green and darker green, but I quite fancied the color of mud. It's an all resin case with a typical Casio stainless steel case back, but it definitely has an unusual strap to it. Crown at 4 o'clock, which is again unusual. Skeleton hands. I'm loving this watch already. Quick spec check. Okay, so the diameter of this watch is 41 millimeters. It certainly doesn't feel like a 41 millimeter watch. That's because the dial is well under 30 millimeters, and you have that extra step of the bezel that just makes it look smaller than 41. It's 45 lug to lug, 12.6 thick, and a lug width of 20 millimeters, which is quite unusual for a budget resin Casio. And if we're talking about unusual, take a look at this plastic domed crystal protecting the dial. I have never seen distortion like that before. Very unusual to Casio, very cool. And it is slightly raised above the bezel of the watch, and it being resin plastic may get a scratch or two, but that's what polywash is for. I love this Forester logo. It's on no other Casio I own. You've got it at the top of the watch, the little tree logo at the bottom. You've also got that logo on the case back, which is something you don't get with any other Casio. Those little differences I really get excited about. The watch's crown at 4 o'clock is not screw in, but this watch is water resistant to 100 meters. Perfect for a field watch that loves to do a bit of swimming. Now Casio say that the...
Okay guys, this watch is a game changer. It has an amazing design. The color combo is mind-blowing. Brown and darker brown that screams adventure. The case is resin, like he mentioned, and the crown is at 4 o'clock. And the skeleton hands, totally unique. But wait till you see that plastic domed crystal. It's unlike anything I think Casio has ever done before. Let's take a look at more.
Parts on this strap are leather. I'm not sure about that. If it is leather, then I take it back. Certainly not premium or luxury in any way, shape or form, but it is different. It wraps around the lugs and then is stitched against this nylon strap. That is Velcroed. I mean, when have you ever seen that on a Casio? Okay, let's look at the face.
Dial time.
And this is right up my alley. A very clean and legible cream dial with unusually darker coloured numerals. There's a reason for that, I'll tell you in a minute. I like the little 24-hour scale that goes around the hand stack that is printed in red. That's a great little touch. The date window is not intrusive. It's subtle. It does the job. And I actually do like these skeleton hands. It's another unusual thing with this watch. But notice under the Casio logo, we have the word illuminator. That is because this analog beauty will be lit up by an LED light. There is no lume on this dial. And this is the reason why we have a dark black set of hands and dark printed numerals. Because when I press this light button at 3 o'clock, you get what I think is probably the most powerful LED backlight I've ever seen on a budget Casio. Look how strong that is. And it stays on if you keep your finger on the button, and when you let go, it slowly fades out, which I really do love. And it makes it feel a little bit premium. What an awesome feature. And that light is so bright.
Hurts me eyeballs.
Cool. So yeah,
wow, what a stunning cream dial with dark numerals and that 24-hour scale in red with the LED backlight, yeah, that is insane. It's the brightest, most powerful LED, it looks like he mentioned, with Casio that's ever been. Like this watch, I think of a lot of the other G-Shocks, and I think a lot of tactical watches. This one actually kind of reminds me of some very famous TV shows. One of them, I think, is Dying Light. It's kind of got that zombie type of survivor type of look to it. Fantastic watch. And for something at this price range, I mean, what's not to love? And it even has 100 meters of water resistance. This is definitely a tool watch, and it even looks like a really good field watch in general.
Obviously, this watch is powered by a battery. It's going to last you about 3 years, depending on how much you push that backlight. Operating the watch is a little bit fiddly, particularly if you do have chunky sausage fingers. First position, you can change the date. Second position, the seconds hand stops, which means you can hack this watch. And moving the hands around, it doesn't feel cheap. Sometimes you can spend £30 on an analog watch, pull out the crown, and it feels very loose, but not with this one, not with my one anyway. I have never seen a budget Casio under £30 hit those minute markers on the seconds hand all around the watch before. I'm not saying it's going to happen with your one, but my one, I've lucked out.
Hello. Okay guys, what he brought to our attention is actually pretty phenomenal. That's like one particular pet peeve that I have had looking at nicer watches, nicer quote-unquote watches. As a matter of fact, one of those nicer quote-unquote watch brands is Tag Heuer. Now, I do like Tag Heuer. I have a tag myself. That being said, their quartz watches are overpriced. I mean, over $2,000 in the seconds hand doesn't line up with the indices. And people say like, yes, it can't be done. Now, I don't know if this is from a patent design standpoint, but look at Junghans, for example. Their quartz watches, from what I've seen, line up with the indices. Maybe not always, maybe in fact always, I don't know. But I've seen them line up consistently on some of their watches, and they have definitely a higher beat quartz watch. So maybe that's part of it. And again, that's why I mentioned maybe it has something to do with their patented design, or a patent design. However, that being said, I don't know why other watch brands like Tag Heuer can't make it happen also. So let's continue, but so far, this Casio is definitely right for the money.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, and as I said, this watch does not feel or look like a 41mm watch. To me, it feels like a 37 or a 38 if you're lucky. I think it's where the light brown of the lugs almost merge with the color of my wrist skin, and so it tricks my eyes thinking that the watch is only as big as the bezel. But the strap is very comfortable. I don't own many Velcro straps, but do like this one. With the 20mm lug width it has, I dare say I could find another strap if I wanted to, but this was one of the appeals of buying this watch, and it's cool. So there we go, the Casio Forester, the ultimate budget field watch Casio does. It's definitely a watch set in its time, like late 90s, early 2000s. Maybe at the time it was a rival for the Timex Expedition, but I think this is an ideal watch for someone that works outdoors.
Maybe someone that likes chopping timber.
Someone that likes to take long walks and doesn't mind getting their watch wet. I just think it's such an unusual Casio. The only thing I would have loved to have seen is for this style of watch to have been made stainless steel. If the case was stainless steel, I think this would be an awesome watch. It's already great. The only other thing, the crown. It's very tiny. But it being quartz, you only have to set it once and it is done. A pick up and go beauty. What do you think? So here it is, my wife's first impressions of the Casio Forester. This is actually okay. It's definitely unusual. I like the look of the strap. It's all right, this one. Flipping heck, people. There's a Casio she likes. Get on the description. Get in that link and buy it before she changes her mind. I might buy another one. Yes, Casio Corner is back, and we got to say a big thank you today to Braun Coleman. What a fantastic moody shot of the DW6900. It's electroluminescence in all its glory. Really do love this shot, my friend. This is a watch everyone needs to experience for sure, not just for the awesome backlight, but the case shape and how it fits on your wrist. It's a proper icon. An excellent shot, my friend, and thanks for tagging me in. If you'd like to be on the next Casio Corner, all you gotta do, find me on Instagram here and tag me in on one of your Casio posts. Because who knows, next time, the star of the show could be you.
Okay guys, that was the Casio Forester. Wow. That is a must-have for anyone who loves a rugged, practical field watch. Think camping, hiking, long walks. It's perfect for the outdoors. And at this price, you cannot beat the value. The Mad Watch Collector's wife loves this watch. Yes, you heard that. It's very rare that that happens, but sometimes it does, apparently. So, that being said, look at the amazing photos that have been taken of it. I mean, you know, beautiful watch. Like, take a look at the website, maybe order one yourself. And that being said, my name is Daniel with Chrono Sapien. Let's take a look at amazing watch channels and amazing watches. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And click, click, click. You'll love it.